Hello and welcome back to Supernova. We will be continuing where we left off on the Baron's route. So yeah, the last we saw, we met Greg again, and basically he was trying to pitch to Nick that he should join the government superheroes, but Nick was not having any of it, and the Baron seemed to be okay with the talk. Also, we met Jose, the assistant, who seems to paint a nice picture of the Baron, where he's not as abrasive as he appears. But yeah. Anyways, in this next part, we will be meeting somebody that we've already met before, and there will be a confrontation between them and Nick. So yeah. Anyways, well, let's continue and see how that goes. After a week of absence, the Sentinel's headquarters is more of a comforting sight than it was before. Uncertainty about my future had made the previous day full of anxiety. Now that I know what lies ahead of me, it feels more welcoming. Even Gil's droning monotone as he guides me through the facility. I've gotten here early, since the Baron isn't around yet. I've asked Gil to give me a tour of the place. I'm shown all 3 levels of the base, the bottom one housing some critical functions and the cave where we park our vehicles. The training room I'm already familiar with is on the 2nd level, with some extra ones with slightly different functions and a gym. The topmost one I've explored more or less in full already, apart from the personal quarters and a couple extras like the data processing room and a hidden elevator to the surface. The lab is currently in disuse. Let me know if you intend to use it, Templar, and I will ensure the right materials are available to you. I doubt that'll be necessary. Not exactly a science guy over here. How come nobody uses it? It was primarily in use by my creator, who no longer has need of it. Your creator? The Baron? I was designed by Copycat and her husband. Oh, right. Copycat was a founding member of the Sentinels, but she died almost, 7 years ago? Shit, I hadn't even thought about how Unbound is the only remaining member of the founding trio now. Suddenly I feel really uncomfortable standing in this lab. So Copycat was a sciencey lady, huh? She is still engaged in research at the Brownford University. She's what now? Dr. Lawson is a tenured professor of biophysics at Brownford University. I thought Copycat was dead. She no longer uses the alias. I see. Would you like to access Templar's quarters? Later. Hello, Nick. Oh, hey. Didn't realize you were around. As Nisus approaches, he glances quickly into the still open door to the lab. Exploring? Yeah, Gil was just showing me around. He was just telling me about Copycat, actually. Right. I had no idea that she was still around, since it was reported that she had a life outside of being a superhero and chose to return to it. Oh, so that's why she faked it? Yeah. So she's completely done with this life? No, she helps out occasionally. Fang pays her a visit from time to time. She's pretty fond of him. I see. She was at the funeral. She was telling Fang that she wanted to meet you. Oh. Well, I'd be happy to. How are you holding up? Fine. That's good. I'm supposed to train with the Baron first time. Bit nervous, to be honest. Want me to be there? Oh, no, it's fine. I'm sure you got things to do. I don't. Not right now. Still, it's fine. Thanks, though. Okay. I am sorry to interrupt, Templar, but you requested to be alerted when the Baron in Black arrived. He is here now. About time. Let's go. Nisa surprises me by leading the way. Didn't know you'd be here. I was getting some things in order. I'll be out soon. Anything interesting happening? No, just helping an acquaintance. Alright. You two done with Greg stuff? Yes. Offer rejected. I also seem to have acquired a job with Mr. Brune. Welcome to the club. I'm just glad I don't actually have to do anything. Actually, there's plenty you need to do. Yeah, I mean, like, be around you outside the Templar stuff. As if I have any reason to cherish your company. Actually, people think I'm very charming. Then you need to get better at showing it. Oh, look who's talking. I can be charming when I need to, raccoon. You're both kind of annoying right now. Huh? What was that? Nothing. I'll be going. Good luck with whatever is going on here. What's up with him? Don't worry about it. The fox is always like this. Come on. The rat taps a familiar panel on the wall. A short elevator ride later, we're back in the white training room. First things first, what's your preference in terms of combat style? Well, as you said, I have no experience, so how would I know? What's your instinct? Big bad dude starts menacing you in an alleyway. Do you run, stand and get ready to defend yourself, or go on the offensive? I'll need a bit more to work with. Paint me a scene. There's enough of a scene. Okay. I want to say I'd attack. No point waiting to get a beating, right? Then how come you just stood there last time? You took me completely by surprise. We can figure it out in practice. You mean... The Baron throws aside his cane and cracks his knuckles in an obvious show of his intentions. Uh-oh. Not this shit again. I just barely managed to jump to the side, his fist whooshing past me, finding empty air where my abdomen would have been a split second ago. I don't wait for the armor to form completely. I pivot to my left foot and push off the floor, fists aimed at the metal helmet. Like before, the armor has started forming on my right side, so that's the arm I swing at the rat. He catches it, redirecting the blow, and I stumble past him. The brief moment I'm off balance could have been used for a counterattack, but by then the armor is finished forming and the Baron stands still, examining it. That was slow, raccoon. I avoided your attack. I mean the armor. It should have formed much quicker than that. Huh? Really? The Baron picks up his cane before responding. It used to be pretty much instant. I see. Maybe it's just a matter of practice. He looks me up and down. It looks different from before. I make a show of examining my armor, torso, and arms. Is that a bad thing? No, not necessarily. I can't tell if he sounds disappointed or not. You said that you couldn't summon it before at all. I guess the threat of my fists was a good enough motivator. Sure. Yeah, I guess so. Good. Means you have a good defense for actual danger. Something tells me that I was in actual danger just now. I wouldn't have broken anything. Uh-huh. Summoning the armor instantly would obviously be much better. It takes 2, maybe 3 seconds to form fully, and that time can provide crucial if I'm in a real fight. Hell, so much of my back was still unprotected when the Baron diverted my blow. He could have easily done some damage before the armor covered it. So then, I guess I'll practice a lot more with it? To, catch up? Obviously, I don't expect any surprises as far as you getting into combat anytime soon. But then again, they wouldn't be surprises otherwise. If something happens, I need you to be protected as soon as possible. So you want me to focus on defense? That was Michael's preference. Although, of course, you're going to cover all bases. I just wanted to gauge what your preferences are. Well, if I'm wearing a very strong suit of armor, I'd be inclined to attack a lot more, since I wouldn't need to be as cautious. Caution is always a good idea. Sure, I said not as cautious. Maybe. We do differ in that. If something hits me hard enough, there won't be much of me left. You and Superfan can take a lot more punishment. Yeah, exactly. So I'm guessing Templar didn't use the mace all that much? Only when he needed to. Wouldn't that be a lot of the time? No, remember, we can use lethal force only in specific circumstances. It's hard to wield a weapon like that when you need to constantly limit your strength. Sometimes it's just easier to punch someone out. Huh. I guess that makes sense. Have you practiced with the mace at all? Nope, not yet. He doesn't say any more to that, and guessing what he wants me to do, I stretch out my arm, close my eyes, and concentrate like I do when I summon the armor. I imagine the mace as I remember it in Templar's hands, when he was using it to ward off the wolf's attacks. No weight lands in my open palm, though. Opening my eyes again, I stare at my empty hand. Again, I imagine the mace there. That's fine. We can handle weapon training later. I let my hands fall to the side, feeling a growing frustration. It should be instinctive, right? That's how it felt when I first summoned the armor. But now I'm told it apparently takes me forever to do it, unlike my predecessor, and the weapon won't form at all. It's okay. If you say so. I'm sure Michael didn't get the hang of it immediately either. He probably had a lot more training than I did. He did. The bracelet was his mother's. And should have been his son's. How long are you going to dwell on that? You were the one who wanted me to give it up to him. And that ship has sailed. You've made your decision, and I'm going to work with what we have. And stop second-guessing yourself. Focus on improving your abilities. Okay, you're right. The Baron starts showing me some more moves I could have used in our brief scuffle earlier, explaining how I can cover my blind spots or react better to his attacks. Funny thing is, with the armor on, all of his points would be moot. I pay attention though, listening to his explanations and trying to move as instructed. Armor or not, this will come in handy. You're too erratic with the attacks. Swing your arms less, or you'll just tire yourself out. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I'm listening. The Baron leans on his cane, silent. Would be helpful if I could read his expression. The clockwork mask stares at me, the glass bits reflecting the brightness of the training room, but obscuring the rat's eyes. Listen, I can teach you how to fight, and I can tell you how Michael did things, but I can't tell you how to be Templar. At the end of the day, you'll need to figure that out yourself. I know that. But you can still get some outside help. You could talk with Danny. Well, fuck. I had thought about that already. After all, there's only one person who knows all there is to know about the bracelet that I'm wearing and all that comes with it. And it's the same person who looked about ready to tear into me the moment we met. I don't think he'd like that. Plus, I told Miss Connor that I'd be doing this, and her son doesn't need to be involved in all this. He won't be. You can still ask some questions. I'll think about it. I can talk with Danny, ask him to meet with us. No, if I'm gonna ask him for his help, I'll do it myself. If you insist. He's a good kid, just don't be an ass, and I'm sure that he'll tell you what you need to know. Okay. I think this is enough for today. You can practice on your own if you'd like. Gil can help you. Otherwise, meet me here tomorrow, same time. Sure. Any updates on the stuff Greg mentioned about weapons or something? I will be checking on that situation tonight. Is me participating still on the table? I don't see why not. It's valuable experience. But again, I'll first need to see what we're dealing with. Sounds good. You should practice flying too. The area of the park above is perfect for that. We can see if Unbound can give you some pointers too. That'd be nice. See you tomorrow then. Yeah, see you later. I linger in the training room, practicing some of the moves the rat showed me before eventually wandering back into the hallways. Nobody's around at this point. Gil tells me about a tunnel that I can use to get into the heart of the city faster, so I drive home. The training on the next day goes like the one before, with my same inability to get Templar's mace in hand. We agree to meet again the next day. This time around, I do some flying, first in the training facilities, then above ground like the Baron suggested. At least that goes reasonably well. By the time I'm done, I'm not quite ready to be zooming around the city, but I've at least managed to keep myself stable while in the air. Turns out that I'm not particularly afraid of heights either. Clearing the treetops doesn't end up being much of an issue. Wednesday afternoon, I find myself on a long walk in the city, having rejected Jessica's invitation to hang out at the beach. I keep pawing at my phone in my jean pockets. Maybe it's time to bite the bullet and follow the Baron's advice. It can't be worse than meeting Daniel at his father's funeral, after all. Hi, Miss O'Connor? Oh, Nick. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sorry about the sudden call. No need to apologize. Are you well? Yeah, sorry. It's not an emergency or anything like that. To be honest, I hate to be bothering you like this. It's fine, Nick. I said that you were free to contact me. Yeah, I know. What's wrong, dear? Nothing really. I was just wondering if I could speak with Daniel. He can answer some questions for me. Yes, of course. Would you like to come by? I was hoping to chat with him today, actually. He'll be home later today, but you can catch him at the pub. He works there part-time. He should be at the wrestling practice right now, though. His shift starts at 5. That sounds good. I can meet him then. Where's the place? I will send you the location. Would you mind letting him know? I'd rather not catch him off guard, since... Yes, I'll make sure that he's aware, and that he'll behave. Miss O'Connor, there's no need for that. Don't worry about that. I hope that he can answer whatever questions you have. Yeah, I hope so too. Thank you. Are you well? I'm holding up. Thank you for asking, Nick. Of course. Alright, I hope Danny can help you. I hope so too. I'll be off. I've taken enough of your time as it is. Not at all. Goodbye. Bye, Miss O'Connor. Damn it. I really hate dragging them back into this so soon. Maybe I could have just waited, given them some space. Then again, Danny is the only one with the answers I need. The phone vibrates as I get the message with the location from Miss O'Connor. Huh, the pub isn't that far from my parents' place. I should visit them after I'm done. It's been a while. But that's something to worry about later. Pubs are usually not my thing, and not just because I technically can't go to them yet, but the Mary Badger makes a good first impression. Nicer than most dive bars in the area, that's for sure. It's not much different inside, feeling kinda cozy. The wooden tables and chairs placed against exposed brick walls with various signs. There's a space at the back wall where I assume a band would be playing live music in the evening. It's early on the weekday, so there's not a lot of people, which is fine by me. Didn't come here to socialize after all. I approached the red squirrel standing behind the bar, watching me with a curious expression. Hello there, would you like to take a seat? He gestures at the bar stools arrayed in front of me. Hi, no thanks. I'm actually looking for someone. Is, Daniel here yet? Ah, are you a classmate of his? Nope. I see. He's not here yet. I glance at my watch. Guess it's a bit too early. Would you mind if I wait for him here? Not at all. Can I get you something in the meantime? Maybe just some lemonade? The squirrel nods, pouring me a glass while I take a seat. I pay, then get to sipping the drink as I look around. It's around 10 minutes before the bell at the door rings and the badger I'm looking for steps through. He has a backpack slung around his shoulder and the end of a baseball bat sticking out next to his head. Sorry I'm late. Coach got a bit carried away. His voice trails off as he notices me sitting there. Hey, Daniel. Did, Miss O'Connor mention that I'd be coming here? He clenches his jaw and takes his phone out of his pocket. Missed her call. Is everything alright, Danny? Yes. Can you give us a moment, Nate? We'll be out back. He throws a backpack onto one of the empty chairs. Follow me. I hop off the stool to follow the badger as he stalks down a hallway going deeper into the building. Danny goes through the back door and out into a small courtyard. He rounds on me as I exit. The hell do you want? Hey man, relax. I just have some questions. What questions? I can't say that I'm surprised that he's so snappish, but I was hoping Miss O'Connor talking with him would have made this less... well, like this. About the... I look around to make sure nobody's around to overhear us, then lower my voice. You know, the Templar stuff. Yeah, no shit. Of course you have questions. You shouldn't be wearing that at all. Come on, I didn't come here to argue. Don't give a damn. You had no right to take the bracelet. It doesn't belong to you. It does. I wouldn't be able to wear it otherwise. It's not yours. Seriously, man? I'm not giving it up, and you can't take it from me. The badger clenches and unclenches his fists, breathing heavily. Then you can leave. We've nothing to talk about. You can help me do better. You know way more about the bracelet than I do. Yeah, which is why you should give it back to me. It was never yours to begin with. The bracelet deemed me worthy. Why is that so hard to accept? Worthy? What? You think wearing it makes you a good person? Isn't that what it means? Oh, is that what they told you? Well, too bad. It just means that the bracelet knows that you'll use it. Congrats. It doesn't think that you're a coward. That doesn't make you a hero. What do you mean, use it? Danny rolls his eyes. Listen, Raccoon. You're in over your head. You've no idea what you're doing. I do. You want to die or something? Well, you can fucking help me not die. I can do that by taking the bracelet back from you. This is going in circles. While I'm sympathetic, the badger is really starting to get on my nerves. I guess he has a Templar stubbornness that the Baron was talking about. Actually? I actually already did this, and I know what happens when you pick either of them. But, seeing as he has a temper, I would go as far as saying that his stubbornness is, an entitlement issue, not so much that he's being stubborn. So I would say put him in his place. Because it's clearly not getting into his head that this bracelet is not his. Mm. But if you make him mad, then I'm pretty sure that the Baron is going to hear it. So I guess it's down to, put him in his place and then get chewed out by the Baron later, probably. Or try to reassure him and not really get anything done. Well, write down in the comments what you would have picked. But I think I'm gonna pick... I'm too much of the good guy. No, your father gave it to me. Are you really going to go against his wishes? Danny narrows his eyes, and for a second I feel that he might attack me, but in the end he just sighs and pushes past me. Don't talk to me about my father. If you're not going to give me the bracelet, then just leave. I follow him back inside, feeling very frustrated with the badger, but knowing that there's no point to talking to him right now. Maybe I should have taken the Baron up on his offer to speak with him instead. Not that it would have changed anything. I have a feeling Danny won't listen to anyone right now. Thanks for all the help. Bye. Ugh, screw you. I wave at the bartender as I head to the exit. Thanks for the lemonade. Have a good day. You too. What a waste of time. God damn it. Well, fuck this. I'll figure it out on my own. I don't need some damn teenager to hold my hand. The Baron better follow through with his promise to take me on a job soon. Because I really need to blow off some steam. To be continued. That was actually a short... Oh, actually, yeah, that's short. So, that's barely 30 minutes, which I guess it's enough for an episode. But yeah. So again, in the comments, write down what you would have done. Would you have chastised him? And actually, you know what? We have time. Let's go back. So you guys can see what happens if you put him in his place. How did Templar know that I'd be able to use the bracelet? Confusion flashes in Danny's eyes. He'd have gotten a feeling. What does that have to do? Well, guess what, Badger? I don't feel anything right now, so... Danny moves faster than I have any chance to react. Pain explodes in my snout as his fist connects. I stumble backwards, hissing as I clutch my nose. I feel blood on my fingers. But he doesn't follow up. Danny looks even more shocked than I am. I didn't mean to. Oh, screw this. As much as my fists are itching to return the favor, I know that would be the worst course of action right now. I turn around and storm down the hallway and cross the pub towards the main exit. Is everything alright? Yes, have a good day. I'm out the door before the squirrel can respond. What a waste of time. God damn it. Well, fuck this. I'll figure it out on my own. I don't need some damn teenager to hold my hand. The Baron better follow through with his promise to take me on a job soon. Because I really need to blow off some steam. So that's basically what happens if you put him in his place. He punches you out. So you either get to play the good guy and, try to reason with him and, find out that there's no reasoning with him right now. Or you try to put him in his place and he punches you. But it does show that perhaps he's actually not really worthy of using it. So sure, the bracelet can say, oh yeah, this guy will use me. But is he really the right person to use the bracelet? Because it looks like he has some anger issues. Which again could be attributed to the fact that, hey, your dad just died, and not only that, but he didn't leave the bracelet to you, he left it to some rando who doesn't even know how to use it. So it might be a case of misplaced anger, and he's just taking it out on Nick. But yeah. Anywho, so in the comments, which way would you have picked? Diplomacy or violence? um, yeah. Anywho, so ah, I wonder if I'm still curious if the weapons have anything to do with the what's his face? With the wolf. The wolf with green. If he is part of like a whole bigger group, because they did mention that the mafia, well, not the mafia, like crime syndicates, and I guess there's three of them, basically have connections to other superheroes who they hire. Well, not heroes, just superpowered individuals. So I'm thinking that maybe somebody hired the green wolf. Well, not the green wolf. The wolf that uses the green superpowers or powers to protect something. And since they were near the docks, maybe it's the weapons. And perhaps, Templar just stumbled on that, and rather than being able to get away or being able to just um endure the attacks and get away, get help or something, the wolf was basically just like, nah, I'm not gonna let you get away, I'm gonna beat you the hell up. So I'm wondering if that's what happened. It's basically like to silence him. And I'm still a little wary of Greg from the government, because it's very possible, based on pretty much every single superhero movie that you watch, that the government is usually not on the superhero side, and even though they might cooperate, the government usually you know has their own thing going on, and as basically like how Greg said, as long as you don't interfere with us, we're fine. And perhaps that's what happened with Templar. Maybe he saw something that he wasn't supposed to, you know? Maybe he stumbled onto something that where the government and the crime syndicates were working together, and rather than allowing it to come to the public, so like, no, 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 we're gonna get rid of you, Templar. But yeah, also, it is very Batman-like that the Baron is basically employing his co-workers, and I'm not sure if it ever shows up like in the Justice League movies, or even like the Justice League cartoon, or Justice League Unlimited, or even all the other animated movies where the Batman is basically referring to the superheroes as his co-workers, or at least paying them. Because I mean, some of them, like, what's your job? What do you do outside of superhero work? But yeah, although since he does work with the government, he is kind of more like other, like, there's others. I don't know. I don't want to talk about superhero cartoons and comics and stuff right now. Anyways, but yeah. So thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play Supernova yourself, you can find it over on itch, and you can find a direct link to it from the Supernova Twitter page, which I will link down in the description. And if you would like to support the project, you can do so through their Patreon, which I will link down in the description, because they do have a Patreon, right? Yeah, 'cause they even had a little page where they're um saying thanks. So yeah. Ah, so yeah. Like I said, I probably will do a Nisus route, because I mean, why not? He is the one that's going to be updated next, so I might wait until he gets an update just to do all of what's available for him. And I believe the update schedule goes Nisus, Super Fang, and then the Baron. So Nisus will have more content than the other two did. And whatever comes out next is basically I guess, what Nisus is going to do? I don't know. Anywho, so yeah. So I guess thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.